Hi, and welcome to Amory the Kitchen. Today I'm going to be showing you how to cut up a raw chicken. All right, so I'm going to adjust my camera here. When you're working with a raw chicken, you always want to make sure your work surface is clean and that you are going to be able to clean your work surface well when you're done, so you don't get any cross-contamination going on. It's always a good idea to start with a sharp knife. So this is my standard chef knife. You can test your knife sharpness by rubbing your thumb across. It should feel very fine. And then your knife steel, of course, it's always a good idea to run your knife a couple times on that. And you should do that really before any time you use your knife. All right, so chickens have the wishbone here. And so that can make it a little bit difficult to get this meat all in one piece. So just be aware that there's the bone there. And then there's like a cartilage piece here between the breasts. So you want to cut here first, and you're going to realize that your knife is going to go on either side of that cartilage piece. So what you do is you just kind of start by pulling back, and you'll see, okay, see right here is that bone and cartilage. So I'm on this breast. I want to continue on this breast and come down, and you will see that there is the ribs in there. You can feel them. You want to follow the bone when you're piecing the chicken. So make sure you have a sharp knife. You want to follow the joints and the bones as you're going. Here, the leg and thigh is coming here. We're going to piece that out. So we're going to cut here between the breast and the drumstick. Okay, and that's going to open that up, so you'll be able to see inside here. And this is the edge of the breast here. You'll see that. It's just very nice and neat, and very easy to see once you get that skin open and out of the way. Okay, so here, I'm going to kind of cut this out over here. Now you can see that your leg, drumstick is here, and then the thigh is here. If you turn your chicken over, in here, there's a thing called the oyster of the chicken. Some people like to get that, and some people don't. I think it's kind of like a goal to try and get that out in one piece, because it's a nice little nugget of meat in there. Now, when you are doing this, you're going to be pulling this thigh open to dislocate the joint here. And that will help you see where your next cuts need to go. Okay, so here's our bone here and here. Okay, so on the inside, you can now see the cavity. There's the spine back here and our joints. Okay, so when you've done that, you can kind of see here in the back that that cut is going right into the spine here. We don't want to get the spine with our leg, so it's a good idea to kind of hold the chicken on the side a little bit when you're doing that. And I'm kind of doing this a little bit out of order for you guys so you can kind of see all the pieces, but don't be afraid to make the little crunchy noises here with our meat. Okay, now when you are cutting, you want to be careful that you do not cut yourself, because you cut just as easily as this chicken does. So be careful and slow yourself down if you need to. All right, looks like I got part of our spine in here. That's okay. But we've got our thigh here and our drumstick here. That's piece one. Now I'm gonna finish getting this breast out of here before I do anything else. Okay, you can see that that comes out nice and easy. Okay, so this part is the easy part. This part up here where the wishbone is can be a little difficult. We're gonna get the skin cut through so we don't have to worry about that. Now this chicken was already brined, so that's the coloring you're seeing is from the brine. Okay, so here's our breast. This is our wing here, the drumstick or drumlet of the wing. So if you like to do drumsticks or hot chicken wings, that's nice to know. Okay, and then I'm gonna just cut this breast down like that. Okay, I've got my wishbone here, I can feel it. Okay, so there's the breast. I'm gonna probably take all my skin off later, but this is the chicken tender right here. Okay, it's a little like tenderloin basically that's underneath the breast up against the ribs. It's very tender and juicy, and that's where you get chicken strips from. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that off because my kiddos love that piece separate, and you make really good chicken nuggets from that. Okay, so there we have a breast, a thigh, a leg, and then our wing is last. And this can just kind of pop it out of the joint and then cut. And you want to cut where that joint is. Okay, so there's our wing. And that's how you piece it out. This will give you a 6-piece. If you cut here between the leg and thigh, you'll have an 8-piece chicken. I like to cut this down even further. The chickens these days are really large, so I'll fillet this longwise. So I'll get at least 2 pieces of breast for every 1 breast, or I'll even just cut it all up and chunk it for some of my recipes that I do with the kiddos. They like little pieces. But my family also likes bone in, so I'm going to go ahead and leave this side of the chicken bone in. Let me show you the leg and thigh separation. So there's a joint here, right, between, it's like their knee. You want to find that joint here. If you look, there's like a fatty line here. That's going to be a good indicator of where to cut. Okay, so you can cut around. Okay, and then pop that joint, just like that. And you have a leg and a thigh. This is a really big thigh. Okay, so those ones, I don't know, maybe, I don't know if you guys want to see how to debone it. Maybe I would do that. There's our wing. Okay, always take your time when you're cutting the chicken or any other bird. Okay, you don't want to cut yourself. It's been a while since I've cut apart an entire chicken. So I'm a little bit rusty, guys, but I figure if I'm rusty, other people are really rusty. And I thought I would give you a quick demonstration. So we can just take all that skin off. There's our chicken breast. So here's that cartilage and bone piece that went between the breasts. You want to take your knife and come down the other side of that. So you can angle your knife towards that cartilage piece, and that will help you stay away from cutting into the meat too much. Okay. And then you just brush your hand down the side of the meat, and it will separate from the bone pretty easily on the breast here. I have a little bit of that cartilage I want to get. Well, whatever. I'll just cut through it. Okay, so when you're going this way down here where the ribs are, you want to angle your knife towards the ribs, and you just pull the tip back. Nice and easy. Okay, there's our wishbone breaking. Okay, so there's the rest of the ribs. I'm trying to do this so you guys can see. Okay. Okay, see, you can just pull it with your fingers. You don't have to do everything with your knife. Okay, so there's our other breast. Still attached by the skin here to our leg. I'm going to cut that. So there's our thigh and leg, or drumstick rather, the thigh and drumstick together make up the leg. Sorry, my bowl's kind of in the way there. I'm gonna take that skin off. Okay, so again, you flip it over, feel for the oyster in there, and you want to cut through to that oyster in the back. I can't believe how long this is taking me, guys. I'm very rusty. It's been a long time. I usually just cook the whole chicken these days. But there we go. So I think if you're going to do this at home, start with the breasts. Do both the breasts first, and then take the legs and the wings last. Okay, there you go. Got some joint here. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay. Take this, feel for that joint. You can always look for this line here. It's like a fatty connective tissue type thing. It will show you where to cut. The kind of interesting how the body is set up that way so that you can easily do it. Know where to cut and see. Okay, so here we go. So this is my chicken. 2 legs, 2 thighs, 2 breasts, 2 wings. Okay, and my tender here. I didn't take the other tender off, but easily done here. Okay, you see there's a flap here where it's open. You just put your fingers in there and pull. It comes right out. Ta-da, tender. Okay, now beware, there's gonna be bone. If you did it like me, you can pull that wishbone right out, like that. Okay, then you can save this carcass. You can make some chicken broth, chicken stock. You put this with little scrap veggies and stuff. It makes wonderful flavored chicken broth at home for really, you know, basically free because you bought the chicken to meat the meat. But that's how you piece out a chicken. Okay, let me know if you have questions or comments. Please like and share if you can. I appreciate it. Yeah, and let us know if there's been a time in your life where you tried to do this on your own, and let us know how it turned out. All right, guys, thank you so much. And we'll see you at the next time.